Right then, this is a walk around video, and this is for a Honda Cr-V 2.2 EX diesel. As you can see here, this is the later style 2010 model on a 10 plate, just 50,000 miles on this car, and it's been absolutely fantastically looked after. Quite an exceptional car. Finished in black with full black leather interior. The exterior and the interior are wonderful. Just go around the front first. Front fog lights completely clear, intact, as are the main lights there. Front of the car's very clean. I apologise, it's a lovely crisp sunny day today, but it's rubbish for doing videos because it's so glary. Bonnet again very clean with only the lightest stone chipping worth mentioning at all. Coming down the near side, it's absolutely mirror smooth in the panels there, no indentations at all that I can see. Front wing absolutely unmarked, front near side alloy, and this is one that takes all the bashing, absolutely unmarked as well. Full set of Michelin tyres on the car, which again very good sign of ownership on the vehicle. Panels are really crisp and very original too, worth pointing out. Rear near side alloy absolutely unmarked as well. I'll come around the back of the car, try and do this where the sun doesn't glare too badly. But it is wonderfully clean. There's no kind of entry marks or scratches getting in and out of the boot. I'll come to the interior in a minute, but it looks like the interior, the boot area has just hardly ever been used. And offside of the car, driver's side, as with the near side, no indentations at all on there. It's absolutely as clean as a whistle. Offside rear alloy, again completely unmarked, and then the remaining panel works absolutely lovely. It's one of the very best on the used car market. It's exceptionally clean. And then finally, offside front alloy, again absolutely unmarked. So overall, trying to come back out of the sun, so I apologise. It's one of the cleanest, as I said, I think you'll see anywhere. Right, coming into the boot area, parked in the shade now because the sunlight again will make the interior really difficult to video. All the complement of equipment is there, tonneau cover, middle shelf, all intact. What the video will not show you is just how clean. It looks almost as if it's just rolled off the production line. It's in amazing condition. Just pop that back there. Centre one, again, don't think it's ever been used. And underneath there, I mean, it really is extraordinary, this car. It really is. The video will not do it justice in any way, shape or form. Hopefully you can see just down here, this area here is actually shaped exactly the same as this up here. So basically, if you don't want to use this middle shelf, and I generally don't, a little tip, turn them upside down and pop them down there, saves the fabrics getting damaged. Just coming into the back of the car now, and if ever there was a weak area for a Cr-V, this is it, and it's nothing to do with build quality. They are generally used for ferrying people about, and most of the time it's kids, which means the back of the Cr-Vs can take an absolute hiding. This one, it's hard to believe anyone's ever sat in the back of the thing. It is unbelievably clean. None of the plastic's been marked, scacked or damaged in any way at all. As I said, I've been selling these for many years, and I think this is one of the cleanest we've ever seen. Coming to the front now, front passenger door card, again as with all the others, in wonderful condition. Footwell area on the passenger side, absolutely unmarked. And the passenger seat there, again, I think just one person's been driving in the car, because it just hard to believe anyone's ever actually sat in that seat. Finally come to the driver's door card, again in really lovely condition. Again, footwell area is absolutely superb. And driver's seats, as with all the others, just incredibly clean and fresh. So sat inside the car now, engine's running through this section so you can see the dashboard illuminated. And to continue the theme, I'm afraid it just is in glorious condition. A little cubby hole up here, and these later ones you've got the USB lead there, so you can play music through your stereo and charge your phone at the same time. But it looks pretty much as brand new in here. It's incredible. Sat nav, you can see there, working absolutely perfectly. Sorry, I got a slight shaky hand this morning. Pop it into reverse, and you've Got that lovely clear parking camera there. Dual zone climate control system, all working absolutely perfectly. And 6-speed gearbox lever, looks absolutely super as well. Down here, center console, all in absolutely fantastic order, including all the little cubby holes. Everything's been kept wonderfully clean. If I come across the main dashboard binnacle, hopefully you can see there, 50,985 miles, no warning lights at all on the car. Auto lights, auto wipers, and obviously a multifunction steering wheel with cruise control top right, radio on the left, and then bottom left you've got the hands-free functions and information display on the bottom right there. As I said before, you know, it really needs to be seen, this one, because it is a really truly lovely example. So finally, just to come under this absolutely beautifully presented engine bay from Honda. Wonderful engines, just been serviced by ourselves, so the car's about to go through a independent MOT this afternoon. More about this car in the following road test video. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda Cr-V 2.2 EX diesel. This particular car is registered BN10JSX, and mileage at the start of the road test is 50,979 miles. Reason for doing these road tests is basically so people who are looking at the car online on an advert actually get to see that very car in operation. We feel it's important, if people are willing to take the time and effort to come and see us from as far afield as Europe, that we actually do the video for you. Purpose is clearly just to let you know of any issues there might be on the car before you actually come to us. You know, we've been to see a lot of cars where they've had fundamental faults and been told there was nothing wrong, and it can be incredibly frustrating and a complete waste of your time, which we appreciate. So coming to the car itself, as you'll know from the content of the advert, I mean, this has been an incredibly well looked after car, and without wishing to be a complete spoiler, it literally, as cliched as it sounds, it just drives like new. It feels incredibly tight and taut and fresh. Worth pointing out before I start, it's not been valeted or cleaned yet. It's literally just come in. Hardly needs anything doing to it. It's been absolutely beautifully looked after, this car. Engine starts absolutely immediately. It settles to completely smooth, even idle. There's no fluctuations at all. No warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or gearbox or any other part of the vehicle. And temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, whether it be petrol, diesel or otherwise. The engines themselves are absolutely superb. They're so smooth and refined. It's an incredible diesel engine. Even at low RPMs and low speeds, it doesn't sound diesely at all. It's just got a lovely, really sweet engine note to it. They are, of course, incredibly fuel efficient. And obviously also cam chains, no cam belts on these cars, so no big services looming. But it's just a lovely engine to use day in, day out, which is essentially what any buyer will be doing. And it matches the rest of the car perfectly. It's the right amount of power for the car, right amount of performance for the car. They've absolutely got it spot on. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely perfect, smooth, positive. Bike point is exactly where it should be on the pedal travel. All in absolutely perfect working order there. Gearbox on the vehicle, I've always said on the Cr-V, I mean, the gearbox is essentially almost too good for the car, because it's just such a lovely sporty actuation to it. It's obviously mounted up high to free up the space down here on these cars. But the quality of gear shift is absolutely fantastic. It really is. Really short and throw, really positive. It's got a lovely mechanical feel to it as well. And the springing between the gears is just genius. It really is. As I said, that gearbox, you know, it would happily sit in one of their sports cars. It's that good. I can't feel any wear in it at all, by the way. The linkage is absolutely perfect. Just checking the cruise control function, which works exactly as it should. Steering of the car, which is a real strong point, tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations at all up to the legal limit on the vehicle. And it just, as I said, it feels absolutely as new to drive. It just feels incredibly tight and taut. But it's got a lovely weight to the power steering, which I love on these cars. It hasn't got that awful overlight power steering that some cars have, and it just makes the car feel lovely and settled and solid on the road. And if you come and see the car and you've seen the video, you'll remember this part, because it just makes the car feel like it's about 5 tons in weight. It's got that lovely feel. The car's just sat confidently on the road. Chassis of the vehicle, again, absolutely extraordinary. It rides beautifully, really smoothly, but it stays really settled in the corners. It doesn't lollop about or pitch in, and that's really important, especially with kids in the back who may be prone to car sickness, because these are inherently sort of family cars. Honda, they're the best-selling SUV manufacturer in the world with a Cr-V, and you can see they know their market well, because this is absolutely perfect in that compromise. What I'm looking for on road tests, of course, is just any signs of any kind of mechanical noises coming back through the suspension that shouldn't be there, and there's nothing at all on the car. Absolutely spot on. Brakes on the car, they're really good. It's a really positive brake pedal on the vehicle. When you hit the brakes, there's no violent pulling to the left or right, and there's also no vibrations or pulsing coming back through the brake pedal at all. Worth pointing out, it's going to be going through an independent MOT prior to sale, and it's just about to go in for a service as well, albeit not quite due yet. Looking around inside the car, as I said, it hasn't been cleaned, but wow, it just looks pretty much as new in here. It's in just stunning condition, and they are extraordinarily well built cars. There's not a hint of a squeak or a rattle from the interior of the car. It just feels absolutely solid. All the switch gears are lovely high quality actuation to it. But what I love about these cars, always have done, because I've owned loads of them, and I currently own 2, my wife's and mine, exactly the same model as this, is the fact that as much as it's got lots of features and equipment, it's in no way daunting. You just get in the car and drive it. It's really, really simple. You've got a nice big screen sat-nav system. Talking of my other car, there's the wife and the other one coming the other way. How about that? As if it was set up. Yeah, I mean, it's just a wonderfully simple sat-nav system to use. Radio operates through it as well. Climate control system, dual zones, you've got side-to-side temperatures, all working absolutely perfectly, but all just so wonderfully simple to operate. There's nothing complex at all. Dashboard is typical Honda, lovely, simple, clear dials, very symmetrical and easy to take the information in. And all the information, everything that is there is working exactly as it should. For those that don't know, and I'm sure you probably do, these are obviously 4-wheel drive vehicles, albeit Honda, with their vast experience, worked out very quickly that the majority of people's driving will be to what I'm doing today on perfectly good roads and perfectly good conditions. So why have the 4-wheel drive whirring away constantly when all you're doing is you're wasting fuel basically, and putting mechanical wear on the car, eating up your tyres more quickly. So basically this car runs in front wheel drive pretty much the whole time, just 2-wheel drive, because it doesn't need anything other than that. Only as and when it requires the 4-wheel drive to kick in, maybe in snowy conditions, going across a sort of muddy field, gymkhana or something like that, or towing a caravan across a wet pitch, then it automatically brings it in and disengages it just as quickly, and it's incredibly effective. As I said, I've owned loads of them. I tow a caravan, and I've been across some really soggy pitches, especially this time of year, and I've never come close to getting stuck. It's a very simple, but equally absolutely bulletproof system as well. Its simplicity makes it reliable. As I said at the start of the video, the point is to pick up on any issues that might be on the car, and as I said from the outset, I can't find anything at all. Both myself and Tony, my business partner, used to work for the Honda main dealers in Bristol, so we know these cars like the back of our hands, so I've got no excuses to say I didn't realise that was the case. I know what they should drive like, and this drives, as I said, as close to new as you'll ever expect any used car to drive. It feels fantastic. Having said that, if I missed something on the video, please don't hesitate, do give us a call.